What did you want to tell me?
Well, I've been a little hesitant about asking you something, but... Oh, what the hell, I might as well go ahead and just do it.
Ask, what is it?
Well, I know what I'd like my next book to be about.
Well, honey, that's wonderful. You're on a roll with the heart that heals.
Well, this one would be a little different. A different audience, I think. It's nonfiction. It's a true life romance about a man and a woman who overcome every conceivable obstacle so they could be together. It's a story about a woman who fell in love with my best friend.
You want to write a book about Frankie?
It started out... I started to write down my feelings as a way of my grieving. And I don't know, I couldn't seem to stop. It just poured out of me. Oh, Cass, there've been so many wonderful memories. And I really believed that Frankie's story would be inspirational to so many, like it's been to me. It's just that I need to do something first.
What?
I need to ask your permission to write it.
Ah, Dr. Winthrop. I'd like to introduce you to Cindy Brook, our new head nurse of the trauma unit. This is Morgan Winthrop, our new chief resident.
Welcome. Nice to meet you, Dr. Winthrop.
Call me Morgan. So what made you choose Bay City General?
We made her an offer she couldn't refuse. And she also has some connection to Bay City.
My late sister was married to Gabe McNamara.
Ah, he's a good man.
Yes, he is.
Well, I will leave you two to compare notes because you'll be working so closely together.
Okay, how's Chris doing?
Oh, he's already back at work. My son, the workaholic. Oh, yes, that's Cindy's other connection to Bay City. She knew Chris in Boston.
Oh, just casually. Probably wouldn't remember me. Was he in some kind of accident?
He was beat up by a former resident who's no longer with us, thank goodness. Well, I'll tell you all about it when I show you around, if you have time.
Sounds great. I'll speak with you later, will you?
Sure. Good.
Well, Grant, what possibly made you think I was bad-mouthing you, unless, of course, you were listening to our conversation, which is really a nasty habit.
I saw you with Charlene. I watched her becoming more and more upset. I didn't have to hear you to figure out what you were saying.
Just telling her the truth.
The selective truth as seen through the eyes of Victoria Hudson.
I know what I know.
When are you going to stop trying to ruin me?
When you stop trying to take advantage of vulnerable, needy women that I care about.
I happen to care about her, too. We have a lot in common, you see. We just went through ugly divorces, and we both happen to be single parents.
Well, that's a crock. She's lonely and needy, and you're taking advantage of her.
I'm lonely, too. Am I not supposed to have friends?
I don't care what you do. And I don't care who your friends are. Just don't pretend to be something you're not.
And don't you presume to decide who I should and should not see.
Okay. I'm just going to tell Charlene the whole story. She'll make up her own mind.
You will not interfere in my relationship with her. You understand me.
Is this guy giving you a hard time, Victoria? Do you want me to stick around, Vicky?
Yeah, that would be nice. Grant has this bad habit of getting violent.
Then why don't you do me the favor of taking your hand off of her arm, mister?
Maybe you should mind your own business.
Lady just made it my business. Now, if you value that real pretty shirt of yours...
Don't threaten me, handyman. This won't go on forever, Victoria. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm back, and my life is together. And I have my son, and he loves me. Despite the evil things that you put in his mind. And someday when he gets older, he's going to realize that I am the true parent who loves him. Because you're not capable of loving anyone. Except yourself.
Crying out loud, Nick. I mean, you're my son. You just came into my life, and now you waltz in here and casually announce you're going to leave?
I just apologized about the timing. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it.
What kind of response did you expect from me?
Well, I don't know, Michael. Maybe you could squeeze out a I wish you well. You know, something like that.
I wish you well.
Geez, thanks a lot.
Look, pal, I stood by you since the day I got you out of jail. I stood by your side when Sophia got hurt. I stood by your side when you married Maggie. Now, I guess it's time for the big boy to grow up. So fine, go to L.A., have a great time.
He didn't mean it.
Yeah, I can tell he didn't mean it.
No, he's worried about Josie, that's all.
Right? Yeah, sure.
So, you going to L.A.?
Yep.
Sure you don't want to wait around a while?
John, I can't.
You got a job?
I'll find one. I'll get one.
Do you know anybody out there?
I don't know anybody, but I'll take care of it.
Okay, all right. I just wish you had more of a plan, that's all.
So that's all the important stuff. I can show you the rest tomorrow.
Okay, thanks for the tour.
Tour? Don't you guys know that's my job around here?
Morgan got here first.
Yeah, there's a quiz in the morning. I'll see you later.
The whole hospital's like that. I made the right decision. He's cured.
Oh, yeah, and he's a better doctor.
Hey,
Hi.
get all your paperwork done?
Yes, I did. Dr. Madison wants me to start tonight.
Terrific, see? How badly they need you here. Listen, we were just gonna go get a bite to eat over at Carlino's.
Yeah, it's the local Italian restaurant right across the street.
Wanna come?
I'd love to, but I have about 100 phone calls to Boston to make if I'm going to go right to work. Can I take a rain check?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
And welcome to Bay City. If there's anything that we can do for you, just let us know.
Thanks. Yeah, I've only been here a day, and already I've met all these wonderful people. Say that's a good omen.
Yeah.
Good night, kid.
Good night. Take care.
It's great meeting you, Lorna.
Same here.
This is a message for Chris Madison. This is Cindy Brook. I'm in town, and I thought I'd say hi. Actually, I am working at Bay City General. Your mother hired me. Small world, huh? Anyway, give me a call at the hospital. I'm just getting settled, but I think I'm gonna like it here.
My first impression of Frankie was that of a refugee from some Middle Eastern bazaar. Amulets and crystals of every possible shape and size hung from every possible flap and buttonhole of her stylishly improbable jacket. I felt sure that at any second she would begin hawking these items to the general public on the street, but she didn't. She smiled. And in that smile, all the silliness of her outer appearance vanished, and her face shone with the most glorious inner light of any person I have ever known. Should I stop?
Oh, no. No, you're capturing her perfectly.
So then you think it's okay?
Oh, it's wonderful, thank you.
A few days ago, you told me that your marriage was the most important creative act of your life, and by losing Frankie, it was all wiped out. I think, Cass, I think we can keep it alive by remembering.
Do you really think so?
I can prove it. I'm going to chronicle it from the very beginning, the highs and the lows and the middles of it. I'm going to make sure that anybody who reads about her life will know how important it was, how special, how meaningful.
When you first mentioned this, I thought you were just trying to use it for some kind of therapy for yourself. Now I realize you're doing this for me.
For both of us. And for Frankie. And for all the people who knew her and all the people who weren't lucky enough to have known her. Frankie she was good. She was too good to have the way she died, have a blackness around it that didn't say what her life was. We can do that.
Of course you have my permission. And all my thanks from the bottom of my heart.
Hi.
Is Gregory all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's sleeping. I sent the babysitter home. I hope you don't mind.
I see.
I tried to get in touch with you earlier at the hospital. Mike and I brought in a private investigator to help locate Josie, and he wanted to talk to you, but I couldn't find you anywhere at the hospital, not even to clear this visit.
No, I've been out. No, that's all right. As long as Gregory's okay, it's not a problem. And if Josie's still missing, then I know that he'll need a little extra comfort.
I'm glad you agree. Well, I hope I'm not